Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of the Smart 7's brought to you by your nectar prices at Sainsbury's. These days it's hard to find value for money on your weekly shop, right? Well, maybe you're doing it wrong. You need to unlock the magic of your nectar prices at Sainsbury's. Every Friday, you can unlock up to 10 personalised discounts on things you love in the Nectar app. And the best part is that while nectar prices are for everyone, your nectar prices are just for you. So check your Nectar app and unlock your nectar prices to save more now. Enjoy your own personalised discount on things you love with your nectar prices at Sainsbury's. That's good food for all of us. The offer's for 18 plus, Nectar app required. Unlock up to 10 your nectar prices weekly. Available in supermarkets, online and in locals with Smart Shop. T's and C's apply. On today's Smart 7, the UK recognises Palestine, Trump calls Charlie Kirk a martyr, and much more. It's Monday the 22nd of September, it's World Rhino Day, and happy birthday, Billy Piper.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Sunday saw the UK finally officially recognise the State of Palestine in advance of this week's UN General Assembly. Prime Minister Keir Starmer made a formal announcement.
As Prime Minister of this great country, that the United Kingdom formally recognises the State of Palestine. We recognised the State of Israel more than 75 years ago as a homeland for the Jewish people. Today, we join over 150 countries who recognise a Palestinian state also.
The announcement was coordinated with Canada and Australia and came after attempts to force the Israeli Prime Minister into a ceasefire failed. Portugal also made an announcement of recognition on Sunday evening, and more nations are expected to make declarations on Monday at a special UN conference which will be chaired by France and Saudi Arabia. In the meantime, Israel is continuing its assault on Gaza City, with at least 40 people killed on Sunday, and the IDF announcing it intends to target high-rise buildings in the city. The UK's announcement of solidarity with Palestine was greeted with annoyance by former Israeli PM Naftali Bennett, who says it is a cynical move that won't make any difference.
It's also hollow because it has absolutely no implication on the ground. We are already providing unlimited aid into Gaza. It's not going to form a Palestinian state. It's not going to change anything. It's a symbolic, empty gesture.
This weekend marked the beginning of political conference season, with the Lib Dems gathering in Bournemouth for their annual event. Delegates attending were shown results from a poll conducted by think tank More in Common, which suggested that the party has potential to win more seats, but only if they drop the stunts that leader Ed Davey has become famous for. More than 60% of voters think that in the challenging times we live in, Davies' light-hearted approach is irrelevant, but the man himself was defending his attempts to look on the bright side.
Politics can be a bit depressing at the moment, a bit divisive. And I think a little bit of joy is not a bad thing, a bit of a smile.
He is focused on the threat posed by reform and the far right, however, and the party is proposing that a national emergency needs to be called over the asylum crisis to allow the system to be reset and backlogs cleared. He was also very firm in his views on Elon Musk. After the Tesla CEO's apparent call to violence at the Unite the Nation march, organised by Tommy Robinson, Davey says Ofcom should take action not just over the speech, but also over the content available on X.
It's going to hit him in his pocket. Who cares? I'm interested in the safety of our children, and I think everybody should be, and that's why he should be prosecuted.
European nations scrambled aircraft across the weekend as Russia continues to escalate tensions in its war on Ukraine. Saturday night saw another massive attack on Ukraine, which saw Poland launch fighter jets, while on Sunday German fighters escorted a Russian spy plane away from the Baltic Sea. Estonia has called an emergency UN Security Council meeting over Friday's incident, where Russian jets invaded Estonia's airspace, and US President Donald Trump said he didn't like it and agreed the US would defend Poland and the Baltic states if Russia escalates. His Ukraine envoy, former General Keith Kellogg, was in Kyiv last week, and he says that Putin is just not interested in peace.
Putin knows that if he goes to a ceasefire, once the shooting stops, it's going to be really hard to restart it again. So my preference is always a ceasefire, but President Trump would like to go to a peace deal first. That's going to be hard to get to. Putin doesn't want to go there yet. Putin thinks he can win militarily. I don't think he can.
A memorial service for Charlie Kirk, the right-wing influencer, was held on Sunday in Arizona's State Farm Stadium, which holds over 70,000 people. President Trump, along with Vice President J.D. Vance and Kirk's widow Erica, all attended. The death of Kirk has sparked a crackdown on free speech in the US, with the axing of Jimmy Kimmel's show sparking a dramatic drop in ABC and Disney's stock price on Friday, and Democrats cancelling subscriptions in protest. The White House maintains that Trump had nothing to do with the cancellation, but he's been publicly celebrating on social media and at an event on Saturday night. Speaking at the memorial, Trump praised Kirk, calling him a martyr, but had a sharply different view on the world.
He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro F1 drama in Baku, and Taylor Swift reveals some new album secrets right after this. Hey, it's Jamie East here from the Smart 7, and today's episode's brought to you by Pension Bee and their award-winning Pension Confident podcast. Getting your head around pensions might seem overwhelming, but that's where Pension Bee comes in. They're on a mission to build pension confidence. So whether you're just starting on your pension journey, you're nearing retirement, or like me, you're somewhere a little bit in between, then you should have a listen to the Pension Confident podcast. It's an award-winning podcast that digs into topics that really matter with the help of financial experts. So that could be the basics of how pensions, ISAs or mortgages work, and things like how to get started on saving for a happy retirement. And a bit like the Smart 7 does with the news, they break down complex pensions finance into language that we can all understand. You can listen or download the Pension Confident podcast wherever you get your podcast from, or you can watch the episodes on YouTube. And remember, anything discussed on the podcast shouldn't be regarded as financial or legal advice, and when investing, your capital is at risk. Welcome back. This weekend saw Grand Prix action in Baku with a surprise podium position for Williams driver Carlos Sainz. He came third while Mercedes' George Russell was second, behind a dominant Max Verstappen, who will have been equally pleased to see a bad day for McLaren as Lando Norris finished seventh and Oscar Piastri crashed on lap 1. In the Premier League, Man United had a surprising win over Chelsea on Saturday, while Sunday saw Arsenal entertain Man City at the Emirates. The game finished 1-1 after a last-gasp Arsenal equaliser, which delighted Mikel Arteta.
Well, I'm very proud of the team, I must say. The way we played dominated them, and I'm very disappointed with the result.
You may want to mark your calendars because we're about to enter a whirlwind of Taylor Swift coverage in advance of the release of her 12th album, Life of a Showgirl. The album, which drops on October 3rd, was written and recorded while Taylor was on her European arena tour in the summer of 2024. It's apparently a pretty poppy album, with a guest appearance from Sabrina Carpenter on the title track. Miss Swift popped up with news for fans, which included the fact that the vinyl versions will be customised and that there will be a making of the album movie, which will also hit cinemas on October 3rd.
We wanted this album to feel like really luxurious and kind of as a nod to the luxury that a showgirl puts on when she's on stage. Meanwhile, like in the quick change room, she's like, maybe that's just me. I don't know.
The death was announced on Sunday of veteran TV presenter and journalist John Stapleton. He had been battling Parkinson's disease and died in hospital aged 79. He was a familiar face as anchor of Good Morning Britain, along with the BBC's Watchdog and ITV topical discussion show The Time, The Place. There were tributes from his GMB colleagues and from former LBC host Sangeeta Miska, who said he was a great journalist, role model and gentleman. He spoke about his Parkinson's diagnosis on GMB back in October 2024. Rest in peace, John.
Parkinson's is here with me now for the rest of my life. It's often the first thing I think about when I wake up because it's like getting dressed. Because of the tremor, the tremor is one of the first signs. I didn't mention that, did I? Yeah, that's like mine's not too bad at the moment, but things like putting a shirt on this morning takes a lot longer than...
What, doing the buttons up?
Doing the buttons up, yeah.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Did you know Tide has been upgraded to provide an even better clean in cold water? Tide is specifically designed to fight any stain you throw at it, even in cold. Butter? Yep. Chocolate ice cream? Sure thing. Barbecue sauce? Tide's got you covered. you don't need to use warm water. Additionally, Tide Pods let you confidently fight tough stains with new Cold Zyme technology. Just remember, if it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.